Has the locker room for the New York Jets fallen apart? Have they crumbled to the adversity? Are we in trouble? Is the culture gone? Is this going to lead to further losses? Well, what started this? Why are we worried? Why are we concerned? It started when Zach Wilson, after yesterday's miserable and just horrific performance, made things even worse and refused to take accountability or have any responsibility on the performance, on his performance and the results of the game yesterday. Zach Wilson claimed that it was cold and it was windy and that he doesn't feel anything for the defense, like he let them down. Then, in response, the rumbling started. The wide receiver room spoke up, and it wasn't Elijah Moore this time. This time, it was the studious and respectful and well-mannered Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson made it very clear that the wide receivers were not being utilized and that the wide receivers were not being trusted. But really, who is the one the coaching staff doesn't trust? Is it the wide receivers? Or is it Zach Wilson? And who was Garrett Wilson talking about? Does he think Zach Wilson doesn't trust them? And that's why he refuses to throw them the ball when they're open? Or, that's a big or, is he really talking about the coaches who are not opening up the offense and letting Zach throw them the ball? We don't know. But here's what I do know. All of this talk happened immediately after a heartbreaking loss, a frustrating loss, an upsetting loss, a loss the organization couldn't and wouldn't have. We needed to beat New England. We needed to get this monkey off our back. And now, unless there's a wild card game between the two, which is unlikely, not impossible, the Jets are going to have to wait till next year. Now, let me make this very clear. The future is very bright for the New York Jets, and it is not bright for the New England Patriots. We don't know how long Belichick is going to keep coaching, and why would he be interested in coaching them? There's no future for that team. Mac Jones is not the answer, and Bailey Zapp is not the answer. That team is their coach. As soon as he's gone, goodbye, New England Patriots. The Jets have much more talent. But New England has a system that's been in place for years and an experienced coach who's managed to pull it off again. And he's managed to pull his team with much less talent over the Jets. But it's only a matter of time. The clock is ticking because the Jets are here for the long term and New England is not. And I promise you that will be the case. New England will taste defeat and they will look up to us for many years to come. That will happen. The reason I think that our locker room will be okay is because this all happened right after the game when emotions were high. Throughout this week, things will calm. The Jets will get back to it. They will unite and band together. And they will prevail. Against who? Chicago. They will. Even though that guy who flips the coin's been right every week, this is where the streak ends. He's not going to be right about this one. At least I hope he's not. Well, maybe I do hope he's right, because if he's right, that means we're going to end up going, I have 11 wins. Never mind. If you don't know about the coin flipping guy, you don't even know what I'm talking about. The bottom line is things were heated yesterday. This is not the end of the Jets locker room. They will handle it. They will rise above it. Remember, we are in the very beginning, just the cusp of years of winning. I promise you that. I know it's hard to wait. I know it's been a rough ride. I know it's been painful, but we're only getting started. Our players are young. Joe Douglas will keep bringing in talent, and we will get there because we are getting there. It's happening. The fact that we're so upset about the results of the 10th game we've played in this season is evidence that we're getting there. Because when's the last time you cared about a Jets game and was upset about the results after week 10, not including the time we were upset that we won and beat the Rams, costing us the first round pick overall in the draft in 2020? Think about it. Actually, it was 2021. Here come the New York Jets, everyone. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button. It's the bald guy right there or right here. I pointed too much. And then there's a video right here. You'll like it. It might be me. It might be my brother. He's not very good looking, but he's not that bad either. Take care. Go Jets.